Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome back to Jazzy's Land. Today, we are going to be hanging out in the hammock and attempting to predict my next 10 reads. I don't know about you guys, but I am a super mood reader. I'm good for putting down a book just to pick another one up. I want to make a slight TBR video in which I try to predict what my next 10 reads will be based on nothing but vibes. I will be imploring the help of my Appa TBR bin. I made this rug in my rug tufting class because I just love Appa and the whole like Avatar: The Last Airbender franchise. And basically, he runs my TBR bin. Oh my gosh. Now, this bin does not include all of my unread physical books, but contains majority of what I want my next reads to be. I've already removed books that I have started or I'm currently in the middle of, just because I want this video to be specifically for books I haven't opened yet. But you can see my current reads on my Instagram at LockGirlReads.
Shameless plug.
Basically, I will be going through this bin with you guys and trying to get a feel for what I may gravitate to next, okay? Together, we are going to attempt to predict my next 10 reads, so let's dive in. I have my bin right here, my bin of books. I'm hoping you guys can hear me because it is so loud outside. All they do is just make noise. I don't know, like, I'm over it. In here are all of my unread books. So I guess I'll try and separate them out into like what is going to be like in that top 10 ranking. Like, these are obviously all these books I'm excited to read, but I need to find those special ones that are calling my name, okay? First book I have here is The Misadventures of Awkward Black Girl by Issa Rae. This is her memoir. My mom has been telling me to read this. Like, she's basically the one who recommended it to me first and has been telling me to read this, and I just have not picked it up. But I feel like I need to put this on my list to read. So I'm going to put this in a maybe pile. I'm saying maybe on that one. This one I got from a free library. I got this from the free library in my community garden. I don't really know what it's about, but I like the cover and it seemed kind of interesting, so that's why I have it. But nothing's like super pulling me to read this right now, so I'm gonna put this over here, like, no. Then we have Sister Outsider by Audre Lorde. Now, this book, I don't know, like, something has been calling me to really get into Audre Lorde and read some of her works. So that's why I picked up this book, and I love this cover. I think it's so pretty. So I'm gonna say this might be top 10. This might be a top 10 read. I'm gonna put this over here. Okay. Next I have Ocean's Godori by Elaine Yu Cho. Me and my boyfriend got this. It's supposed to be a buddy read. We were gonna read it together, but like, it's so convoluted, just all over the place when I tried to read it, and I just wasn't really in the headspace to like dive into this type of book, so I didn't. So, and I still don't know if I'm there, so we're gonna put this over here. This book actually shouldn't even be in here because I actually started this book. This is The Black Macho and the Myth of the Superwoman by Michelle Wallace. This book was originally released in 1978, and then it was re-released in 1990, and the author had made some notes and basically wrote how her views have changed since she originally published this book, and kind of some of her faults and pitfalls when she was writing this book. And it was very controversial when it first came out in 1978. People were like, they weren't, a lot of people within the Black community did not like this book. However, it is one of the like first like Black feminism like texts. I was working my way through it, but it is very, very dense, and so it's slow going for me. Next we have Immortal Dark by Titus Germa. Now, I love this cover. I love this cover. It is so beautiful to me. The edges are gorgeous. Like the inside covers are gorgeous. Like the author is gorgeous. So it's just making me really want to read the book even more. I don't know too much. All I know is it's black vampires. So, and the cover is gorgeous. So I think top 10? Yeah. Next we have my design books. So this is Design is Storytelling by Ellen Lupton. I am a UX designer, if anyone is wondering. I have some design books, but I don't think these are going to be in my next 10 reads. This is another one that I've been jumping in and out of. Design is The Design of Everyday Things. This is a very popular UX book. I've just been reading it intermittently, so it really even should not be over here because it's already started. Same thing with this one. This is Leapfrog, The New Revolution of Women Entrepreneurs. Leapfrog is kind of interesting. The author came to my college and she gave like a talk about like her book and her journey writing it and like what she's currently doing and her journey with like entrepreneurship and stuff. And she was like a super sweet lady and just really seemed really smart, and I enjoyed it. So I've actually started this book as well. So again, should not be in this pile. Okay, then we have Angela Davis, Women, Race, and Class. I've just been trying to get more into Black feminist text. So obviously I feel like Angela Davis is just one of those things that you're going to pick up. She's one of those authors. But I think that if I'm choosing my top 10 reads, I have these two. I think I'm leaning more towards this one first. So I'm going to put this one in top 10 and I'm going to put this one over here. Then we have Binti by Nindi Okorafor. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but this is the complete trilogy. It's like a science fiction novel. I don't really know much about it, but I really like the cover. I got this from when I was thrifting books, and it's relatively short for being a complete trilogy. Why haven't I just read this? I don't know. I don't know if I've read anything from this author. I know they're on my list to read, so I think that this is like the perfect opportunity. So I just feel like Binti, I'm like, should it be in the top 10 reads? Maybe. I'm putting it in the maybe pile. Okay. Next we have The Care and Feeding of Ravenously Hungry Girls by Anissa Gray. All I know is that the author is Black. I got this book again when I was randomly thrifting books, and I got this one because the author is Black. I don't know, it's got some stuff about family and relationships and all of that good stuff. But I'm not feeling particularly pulled. Confessions of an Alleged Good Girl by Joya Goffney. Now, I read Excuse Me While I Ugly Cry by Joya Goffney a while ago, and I really liked it. I thought it was kind of cute, and I like Joya Goffney's kind of writing style. She seems very fun to me, and I love the pink of this cover. I feel like this cover has gotten a lot of hate because some people don't like the drawings, but I love the pink. I love it. I think it's so girly and fun, and that's what's really attracting to me. And honestly, this book has been on my shelf way too long, like without me reading it, so it's time. I think this has to be in the top 10s, you know? You need a little romance. We've got a little romance, we've got a little nonfiction, and we've got a little fantasy so far, okay? So we got 3. Cleopatra and Frankenstein by Coco Mellers. Now, y'all, I looked for this book everywhere. I looked high and low. I looked far and wide trying to find this book. I wanted to just find it out in the wild, but like nobody had it for some reason. But then it was also like super popular, so I don't get it. But nonetheless, I got the book and have not felt pulled to read it. Like by the time I got it, I was just kind of already over it. Like I know that sounds bad, but that's just the truth. I'm still not feeling like super pulled to read it. So moving on. Now this, you guys, The Black Fantastic. I don't know if you know this, which you probably don't, because how would you know this? Because I've never told you. But I am part of a short story club. And so we meet like every month and we read short stories and we discuss them with each other, and it's really, really nice. It's really fun. And it's cool because it's like sometimes, you know, people can't finish entire books in like a short amount of time, but like when you have your short story, it's like, you know, 15 pages. Yeah, I can knock out 15 pages, and then we get to have like these really good discussions about some of these short stories. This is a book full of Black fantasy short stories, and I just feel like now I'm going to be able to bring a short story, because I want to be able to like recommend one, you know, give like my recommendations too, that so we can like read those and discuss. But it's like I don't read that many short stories, so now we have this, and I'm very excited. It has a lot of authors in here. Nana Kwame, who wrote Chain Gang All Stars, Justine Ireland, who I love. I can't remember off the top of my head right now, but they wrote like a Black like monster hunter kind of story that was just so good. It was like historical fiction. N.K. Jemisin is in here. Like so many great authors that I love are in here. So I'm just like super excited. So this is definitely gonna have to be a top 10. Definitely. Next we have Here Lies by Olivia Claire Friedman. I don't know why it piqued my interest. I got this at the Strand, I believe. I read the synopsis, and basically it's about this girl who's trying to perform the last rites for her mom, but it's based in like a dystopian kind of like future where, you know, there's a lot of rules and restrictions when it comes to the dead, and they're basically not letting her, and so she's, you know, going through this thing trying to perform like these last rites. Yeah, so it's basically a story about grief and that kind of thing. I'm very excited for it. I don't know why, it's something that just grabbed me as soon as I read the synopsis the first time. I was like, oh, like this had me. I don't know why, it just did, and I kind of like the cover. I kind of like the flowers. It's kind of simple but cute. I think I might put this in the, is this in the top 10? I think, okay, maybe in the top 10. Next we have Fate of Flames by Sarah Rodley. I think this is a Black fantasy, but don't quote me. I don't know. I feel like someone told me that, or I read that somewhere. I feel like that bumped it up in the list a little bit for me, but I still don't know because I got this so long ago. Another book that has been on my shelf way too long for me not to have read yet. Because what are we doing? I don't know though. I don't know. We're putting in the maybe section, because I genuinely have no clue what these books are about. I love to go into a story just blind. I don't want to read the synopsis. I just want to go into it and then make completely wrong assumptions about it and then be upset. But it's more fun to go into books blind though, in all seriousness, because it's like then you can just be completely surprised by what's going to happen. Next we have Free Water by Amina Lukam Dawson. Now this is a middle grade book. I know. Why are you doing me, whatever. I love middle grade. It's about Free Water, which is a town that is completely inhabited by escaped slaves and like free-born children, and it's basically kind of a fantastical like telling of, you know, this island. I got this from PT Knitwear. If you're in New York, you know what that is. It's a bookstore. I got this off the $5 bin. Because I'm pretty sure it's because it's a little messed up right here, but it's like, that don't bother me none. That does not bother me at all. I'm kind of excited to read this. It's been on my shelf for a minute, so I think I'm going to put this in top 10. I don't know, it just it pulled me. It pulled me. Like, God forbid. Where Sleeping Girls Lie. Now, my brother got me this book for Christmas. It was on my like books that I want list. And my brother picked this for me because he felt like this is the one that I would be the most attracted to. Now, obviously, they're all the books on my list are books that I want, but this is the one my brother thought that I would want the most. It is a thriller, like a black thriller, but I love the cover. I think it's kind of eerie and creepy. Like, what's this bird doing? I don't know. Like, where the sleeping girls lie. Like, but I don't know. Is this in the top 10? I'm put this in the maybe section too. Sorry. Next we have Jackal. This is another black thriller. Why do I have so many thrillers? I guess I don't have that many. But the cover is kind of cool, and I've seen a lot of people talk about it. And I feel like this is a staple in for like black thrillers. Don't quote me though. Don't quote me though, because I don't know if that's true or if I just made that up in my head. If it's just a staple in my head, because that happens sometimes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 already in my top list. Maybe. Then we have Thin Girls. Oh my gosh. So Thin Girls by Diana Clark is about these 2 twin sisters who both have eating disorders, and they kind of like enable each other. I don't know. It seems kind of weird and creepy, and you're following their lives. When I was in high school and stuff, I used to do a lot of like research papers and like presentations and stuff on like eating disorders and like the science behind it and the community behind it, like, y'all, if it's like a huge thing. I've always been kind of like interested in like the psychology behind that. So I think like this book is gonna scratch that itch, that little ooh. Next, you guys, Avatar: The Last Airbender. This is Azula's story. So I've already read the comics that happen after the Avatar: Last Airbender, the first, with Aang and stuff. After that series ends, and so I know what happens to Zuko's mom, and like I know all the tea. Now, does Azula need a redemption arc? I'm not sure. It could be debated. I don't know. I don't know. I kind of like her as this villain. I am super excited. I think this has to go, just because like this is literally Appa's TBR, and like I have to get my Avatar: Last Airbender on. I am waiting for you in Other Stories by Kim Bo Young. Now, I got this book because when I read the back, it literally just seemed like This Is How You Lose a Time War-esque kind of story. I guess it's like about these 2 individuals who basically try to find their way back to each other through like space and time. It seems like very like fated mates kind of thing, and I'm a sucker for that type of story. I really am. Like, I'm just, when everything is just like so planned, like you don't know how kismet it was. Like, it was just, everything came together for these 2 people to be together. Like, okay, hell yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're gonna put you in maybes. Now, this is Odd Spirits. If you know me, you know that I love S.T. Gibson. I love A Diary of Blood. They wrote that. I love Evocation. That's the first book for this series. This is Odd Spirits. This is the prequel for Evocation. And it is a throuple. I know. Okay, I like what I like. I'm sorry. So this is basically what happened prior to, because so if you've read Evocation, married couple Rhys and Moira, they're married and they're kind of estranged from David, who is Rhys's ex, and so that's how the tension starts. And this kind of explains what happened before to even make that tension be there in the first place. Gotta have this in the top 10. It's so short. Like, I should have picked this up and already read it. Like, yeah. This is Long Live Evil by Sarah Rees Brennan. Now, this book follows a girl who's basically about to die, but then she gets the chance to jump into her favorite fantasy book. But then when she gets in there, she realizes that she is not the hero, she is the villain. And that seems just, completely ridiculous and silly and the kind of story that I would love. Here's the thing, the reason I haven't picked it up yet is because, can y'all tell how thick this book is? It's too much. And then when I went and read some of the reviews, some of the people were saying that it gets kind of repetitive and like the characters are very flat. Basically, it has some mixed reviews and people are, talking badly about it. So that's also kind of put me off of it. But I have to form my own opinion. But also, why is this book so long? I'm gonna put her in the maybes. This is I got books just everywhere. The Maid and the Crocodile by Jordan E. Foucault. Now, they wrote Raybearer, and I loved Raybearer. That's a top fantasy story for me. I never read the second one because they don't have it on Libby for me, and I haven't been able to find it to just buy. And my mom got me this one because she thought this was the second book to Raybearer, but it's not. This is a different series. So I want to read it, but also it's not the book that I was looking for. But it is written by them as well, so it's I do want to read it. But maybe not top 10. Next here we have The Hexologist by Josiah Bancroft. This is another wackadoo kind of story that I love. I don't know if they're a couple, but there's two of them. They're a team and they're hexologists, and basically if there's anyone who has a hex on them, they come to them and be like, hey, help me because I got a hex. And basically they get employed for the king of their town, village, whatever, the king, and somebody put a hex on him and he just wants to be baked into a cake. He keeps saying, bake me into a cake. I need to be baked into a cake. Everyone's trying to stop the king from baking himself into a cake. They get put into the middle of it. There's some type of political thing going on that they get thrown into. And it just seems again, a wacky ass story that I love. Lastly, we have my poetry books. So we have Clap When You Land by Elizabeth Esvedo. I loved The Poet X. This is the same author that wrote The Poet X. That's one of my favorite poetry books. Top tier. I have written quotes on my wall from that book because it's literally that good. I cried when I read it. So this is her second poetry book. I don't know if this is her second, but this is another poetry book that she wrote. It's definitely on my list, but I don't know why I'm not being pulled. I have heard mixed reviews about this, but again, I can't let those affect me. I have to form my own decision. Other poetry books I have are Afro Poetic by Jaylene Clark Owens, Butterfly Speaks by Nora Oz, and Out of Chaos by Natalie Nassimzi. Again, these are all random poetry books that I've picked up just being out and about in the poetry community. I don't know. None of them are really pulling me. I haven't really been in my poetry mood. So, yeah, maybe not. Maybe not in top 10. Okay, you guys. Now let's try and lay this out and figure out what the fuck. After much agony and discussion, I have decided on my predictions for my next 10 reads. We have Avatar, The Last Airbender, Azula in the Spirit Temple. Dun dun. Here Lies by Olivia Claire Friedman. The Hexologist by Josiah Bancroft. Thin Girls by Diana Clark. Odd Spirits by S.T. Gibson. Free Water by Amina Lukman Dawson. The Black Fantastic by many, many authors. Sister Outsider by Audre Lorde. Confessions of an Alleged Good Girl by Joya Goffney. And Immortal Dark by Tygus Girma. Those are my final predictions for my next 10 reads. Thank you guys for watching. Comment below if you know any of these books, if you heard anything about these books, if you think they're going to be good or not. And subscribe to continue on this journey and actually see me read these books and get my thoughts on them and read them with me. And let's discuss and like this video if you like this video. And I don't know, stay beautiful.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.